your performance, what are you trying to accomplish?
This was not part of Beethoven's opera. This is a new concept in which there is a voice of hope.
And you're the voice.
And I'm the voice. And that voice is the voice of many great thinkers and poets, or I should say a number of great thinkers and poets, because the quotes are taken. But they apply to what's happening in the opera at the time. They apply to the themes of the opera.
So as an actress who knows about interpreting script, what are you going for in these reads?
Simplicity. Simplicity and earnestness. The simplicity, I would like for it to feel as if it came directly from me, and that I'm not trying to prove a point, but that I'm saying something that is significant, that I believe in. And that's not hard to do with these words.
Because they're profound.
Yeah, and they hold meaning today.
Reflect, if you would, growing up in Houston, learning to become Phylicia Rashad.
Okay.
The court is yours.
What do you want to know?
I just want you to reflect on if there are experiences or things that really kind of gave you the foundation and the confidence to become what the world knows you as today.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Most certainly.
All right.
First of all, there was my home environment, which was filled with art and artists. Okay. There was that. My mother, Vivian Ayers, who worked with Houston Harris County Community Action Program. She collaborated with the Houston Chamber of Commerce. She was at the Miller Outdoor Theater. She was the founder of the Adept Gallery.
You were exposed.
I was exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I was exposed. And equally important was what was happening in the school system. We had music instruction in the public schools during the time of legal segregation. We had music instruction. We had music, and we had fun, and I threw mud pies, and I climbed trees, and I chased boys, and they chased me, and we had fun. It was a regular kids growing up. Lots of physical danger that you didn't contemplate because you're a kid, and kids don't think that way. And we had a more open and freer environment in which to grow than most children have today. Sixth grade, I was selected to represent GBM Turner at auditions that were being held by the school board to determine who would read the libretto for the musicians of Bremen in this music festival of the elementary schools.
Boy, you have quite the history.
I do, and it was from that they decided, no, we don't want her to do that. We want her to be the mistress of ceremonies for the entire program. And that was mornings and afternoons of rehearsals with Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Woodruff and Mrs. Harrison every day for an interminable amount of time. But that was the beginning. And I reflected on it when I was coming here. I said, oh yes, now I see. When I was 11 years old, I was being prepared to do what I'm going to do now.
Expound a little bit on that. Sixth grade, you're learning, what are you learning? What is it about performing in life that you're getting?
Okay. So this is a little girl's thinking. My mother was very beautiful. My father was extremely handsome. All the girls loved my brother. My sister was cute as pie. But when I looked in the mirror, I saw none of that reflected in me, and I wondered what was wrong. But when I stood in the Houston Coliseum that night and emceed that entire program, I had been rehearsed so much that even though I held the script in my hand and I was supposed to read it, I knew it by heart and I didn't have to. I stood in a spotlight. And the spotlight was so bright, I couldn't see anything but the light. The hall was filled with people, and I couldn't see one face. So I talked to the light. And I just talked to the light and talked to the light. And at the end of the program, when mothers were coming to collect their children, I heard one of them say, "There she is. There's the little girl who spoke so beautifully. Isn't she beautiful?" When I heard that, I thought, when I grow up, I'm going to be an actress, play in the light and be beautiful all the time.